is.
Most certainly, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a little bit of a pause here. For anyone wondering, by the way, why we have fantastically sexy looking music on stream today, it's got something to do with the fact that I am currently scrambling my eyes out attempting to stream this as well. Nick is away at Epic Land this weekend, so I'm going to be the gentleman here, you see. Basically taking all the flack for any video mishaps you might happen to see today. I'll also be observing. So a lot of pressure on my shoulders. Hopefully I
thought I was doing the observing. Wait.
You were, but I then just realized on the Game Heart overlays, it's very difficult to select you as an observer. Let me try.
Just double tap 3. Double tap 3. Look, is it moving now?
Okay, it is moving. Great, cool. I don't even have to do that. All right, guys. We are good to go. And in the top left position, ladies and gentlemen, as the green Terran player, we have Distan spawning here. And he's going to be facing off against the red Terran player in the bottom right section of the map. It's going to be Demon.
Now, I think, since we've successfully started the stream, set up the observing, and are still casting effectively, that we can now scrap Nick.
I'm pretty sure Nick is now redundant. This is true.
We should inform, obviously, ESET, tell them that, yeah, we should just get all of his budget put towards our bar bill, I reckon. It's that simple.
I would have absolutely no problem with that being a tab at I-49, so we'll see if we can't email the sponsors, everyone, and get this sorted. So far, of course, not too much terribly different from both of our players here. You can see both of them going for their barracks and gas at exactly the same timing. So let's talk a little bit, Metals, about how I'm a little bit sad because England finally got a summer, and it feels like it's starting to draw to a close because it's getting quite cool.
I know, I've got to spend the next 2 days outside on a reservoir as well. So I was sitting there like for the last 2 weeks being, oh, it's sunny, this is going to be lovely, it's going to be warm and nice. And as it's got closer and closer, the weather's got worse and worse, and apparently it's going to be raining on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm just like, what? This is stupid. Every day when I've been cooped up inside casting, which admittedly is great, the weather outside has been glorious. Now when I have to be outside, the weather goes terrible again. I think it's my fault.
Well, can you swim?
I can swim.
Okay, well, since you're on a reservoir, that is going to be relatively important. As long as you've got that skill down, I think you should be okay. Not too much going on, of course, at the moment. This is Akelon Waste. It is map number 1. And, well, the SCV of Distan, they're looking a little bit forlorn and sad that it can't get quite up the ramp. But, to be perfectly honest, not too much for him to do. Unless he chooses to stay there, he might get picked off by this Marine. And, oop, missing just a single stutter step there, but still managing to pick it off anyway.
Yeah, this is all good. There's no Reapers coming out. Both of these players actually opting to get down the factories nice and quickly. So this could just be one base play. It could be a quick starport going for some drop style interactions between the two of them. But with the second gas now coming up here for Distan, he's going to be taking up a little bit quicker than that of Demon. But time will tell exactly what's going to be happening, because as it stands, second gas guys are now being taken here for Demon as well. So he's going to be able to squeeze out maybe one more worker, as we've seen that he's actually getting a little tiny way ahead in terms of the SCV count. Just the one there at basically 18 to 17, but nothing too massive, nothing too scary. And as it stands, these two seem pretty well matched.
Yeah, so far everything looks very, very chilled out to start the day off here. Distan, of course, a very, very young player. I forget exactly how old he is. I want to say he's 14 or 15, but I could be wrong. And Demon does have a lot more match experience. So Distan may be feeling a little bit nervous here, but so far, really showing us that actually he's got the skills to back this up, and both players going to be going for the starports as well as the tech labs. So it looks like both players might be opting for a Banshee opening here, and we could see some rather awkward Banshee on Banshee situation.
Banshee on Banshee never ends well for anyone.
It's like Broodlord on Broodlord.
Broodlord and Broodlord is actually probably more crazy.
Well,
or
then
Broodlord,
you get
Swarm Host on Swarm Host, that's funny. Now
then
that's
you get
no one wants to see.
Yeah, GSL Finals territory there.
Yep, just like
Broodlord Infestor Swarm Host and Q2-hour game.
Exactly, that's just the way it goes. But of course you do have Cloak coming down now for both players, so they are going for very similar styles here. Interestingly though, first variation, Tech Lab coming down for Demon. Meanwhile, for Distan, he's getting down the Tech Lab as well now. So yeah, no variation. I saw a react and I thought it was coming down there, but no, apparently it's not. Apparently everything here is just going to be an identical build. The command center though is starting up for Demon fractionally earlier.
Yeah, Demon actually is just fractionally ahead on macro right now. We can see he is 26 works to 23 at the moment, and he is getting his command center down slightly earlier as well. So it just feels like overall through the first almost 7 minutes of this game, he's been very, very fractionally ahead, but not really a point where you go, ooh, hang on a second, this is game ending or something like that.
No, this is a thing where we go, ooh, at Jarosar. There's a Raven coming down. After a scan that saw the tech lab there, researching something, Demon instantly getting down a Raven. That means he's not going to have to spend scans in order to deal with the Cloaked Banshee. Whereas, Distan is going to need to do that. And as a simple result, it just means that, yeah, he's not going to be able to come in. He's not going to be able to do too much. And even if he does, well, without having to waste the scan, that's 225 additional minerals coming in quickly because of the safe mule. That is pretty huge. And Demon even getting down the missile turret.
Oh, and here we go now. So Demon feels like he's just reacting a little bit better here. If we take a quick look back inside his base, we can see, ooh, the Banshee almost getting out. Oh, just managed to get out of there. But notice, Distan just didn't cloak at all. That just wasn't effective whatsoever. And if we take a look at the workers killed tab, it's actually 10-0 in favor of Demon so far this game. And this Banshee even going to escape. Unbelievable.
This was so brilliant right now for Demon. He is massively ahead. 30 to 18 workers. And what this means is he's still got the Banshee out. He hasn't had to commit too much. The Banshee for Distan is sitting back and very, very badly damaged. There is one to the north of the natural base, though. That could come in handy. But still going to struggle when the Raven's already there. The detection's available. There's missile turrets down too. Plus this Viking, it's all looking pretty good. Oh, but the Banshee trying to come and poke in. Sees the Viking and just decided, nah, I can't do that. And the third is now on its way down for Demon before the natural is even started for Distan.
Yeah, I think that's going to be actually a big issue moving into the mid game here, which is Distan is he started off really well. I mean, these guys were basically neck and neck, but it felt like Demon just got his act together a little bit faster here. Now he's going to push up with these Marines and tank. It's still only a Marine and tank as well for Distan, but with the addition of this Banshee and a first mover advantage here, it looks like Demon's going to be able to squeeze his way through and get a decent chunk of damage done. And now without the natural expansion as well, not even a hint of one beginning from Distan, he basically has to win with this push.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very tough for Demon to hold, because if we just take a look at the army supply, it's 25 to 23, but the big difference is the fact that the Banshee's still down, the Raven is now here as well for Distan. What is there in terms of defense? Well, one siege tank. Demon should be able to hold this off as long as he buys himself a bit more time, ideally to get out this next tank. 2 tanks will easily be able to hold this off, but Distan, he needs to be very cautious here, pushing up. There's only a couple of Marines down for Demon. If the tank goes down, that's when things suddenly become a bit problematic. But nice tank shot, instantly getting half those Marines to very low health.
Oh, and I think we need to see possibly a PDD come out of the Raven so that the Banshees can get forward and try and pick off these tanks, prevent the Viking fire from doing anything. Distan instead, he's going to be heading back home right now, and that's actually a big, big problem because Demon's currently ahead 40 to 22 in terms of workers. His third orbital command is already up inside his main base. He's got more upgrades on the way. The siege tank in the natural position. He's just looking really, really solid right now, but I can't say the same for Distan. He is only on one base, and we have the 2 Banshees coming in, but the missile turret enables vision for the Marines, and he can't get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, this is really quite unfortunate for Distan. His natural is just about to complete, but it's in the main as well. So just look at the worker count difference, Jarosar. That says pretty much everything. 24 to 46. Demon is mining nearly 1,000 more minerals a minute than that of Distan. So troublesome, but these Banshees are going to be coming in. Where is the Ravens and Vikings? Well, the Vikings now coming forward. One of the Banshees goes down. The second one should be able to get away unless there's a scan, and that's exactly what Demon's going to do. Boom, gets sniped off, and suddenly that Banshee harassment has been shut down. And the supply difference is just getting even further and further ahead for Demon now.
Yeah, this is absolutely huge. I mean, those Banshees were Distan's one chance at, oh, hang on, if I can take out these 2 tanks at the top of the ramp, I might be able to rush in with everything I've got, and maybe I can get myself into a great position because I have tanks of my own. Without those Banshees there, he basically stands no chance of accomplishing that goal right now. And,
good scan off here. Distan now just saying that that third orbital command is down and already placed. That's going to be tough, and Demon scans and sees that there's no natural yet for Distan. So both players are aware of really the economical standpoint of their opponent.
Yeah, using those scans for Distan, to be honest, I'm a little bit critical of it, because while he's seen what's going on, he's basically confirming to himself that his opponent is really far ahead economically, and just not being able to use those minerals for something else is hurting Distan a lot more than it's hurting Demon at this stage, who's currently at 105 supply versus 66.
Yeah, it's the work account that makes a big difference. It's 55 SCVs for Demon up against 28. Plus this third means that the mules can get cooled down here. The main base of Distan is going to be a lot lower on minerals because he's having to mule from that as opposed to muling from a natural base or a third base. That means he's going to get mined out quicker in his main and therefore is under more pressure to take additional bases faster. Even if we get to that stage though, because we see now Demon moving across the map. He's got +1 infantry weapons completed. He's got the 2-1 upgrades coming down, and for the moment, for Distan, he's only just about to finish one +1 infantry armor.
This is looking very, very tricky indeed. If we take a quick look at this upgrades tab, we can see them at work there. And we've got combat shields and stim completed now for Demon. Distan has neither of those at his disposal right now. Stim only halfway down. Combat shields still about 25 seconds from completion. And here comes the Hunter Seeker.
Boom. Doesn't kill it, but it's still...
That was actually
quite a lot.
That was really anticlimactic. It's like, watch out! Here comes the Hunter Seeker. Oh, okay, it tickled a tank, and
that's fine. It's causing a bit of a threat, and what this means is that when there is the move up, those two tanks are weak and can get taken out. Very
you know what
quickly.
I'd love to see? I'd love to see Distan put a Hunter Seeker on his opponent's Raven. I'm surprised he didn't do that just now.
That'd be pretty intense. I think the Raven would get away though.
I don't think the Raven can fly fast enough, especially if he was coming in. Imagine if he was right next to the Raven when it got let off as well, because he was attacking the tanks, right? So I actually think that could have been a good opportunity, but Distan currently not using the energy on that Raven. We'll see if he ends up using it for something else a little bit later on. Loading up a drop now is Demon. He's going to be heading out into the main base straight. And he might be able to get some good damage done here. The rest of the army's still outside. He's up to 184 supply now versus 96. So he's playing this very cool, calm, and collected. In the meantime, though, Stim and Combat Shield is going to finish for Distan. But given the supply disadvantage here, it's not going to make an awful lot of difference.
Oh, Demon!
Wow.
So close. Boom. Gets taken out instantly by that third missile turret. It's like Goody is playing right now. Look at this wall of missile turrets. Absolutely everywhere. The Raven as well, just flying straight into it. Not ideal there. Demon losing some units that he definitely could have done without doing so.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a strange move there from Demon, to be honest, flying into the Goody turrets. And it looks like a double drop from Distan is going to be popping in now against the base of Demon. And okay, good. For a second, I thought he was actually heading back. He might be able to get some good amount of damage done on this third base, but he's still on 2 bases versus 3, so he needs to really seriously kill off this economy ASAP here. Will he be able to fly into the third? The missile turret's only defending on the left-hand side. Is he going to go on the right? And we have a massive engagement going here at the natural ramp of Distan, and it looks like Demon is just powering through because the C-check's only a single one of them left. So many Marines left standing. Finally, we get the drop going down against the third base of Demon here. We'll be able to get a decent chunk of his economy gone, but in the meantime, every SCV and the orbital command at the natural expansion is about to bite the dust. Distan will be able to get some counter damage done, but it's not going to be anywhere close to enough to overcome this deficit. Supplies 141 to 69.
Yeah, there's constantly reinforcements coming out. It's just this double medevac drop in the main base at the moment, but as the tanks come around, as these Marines start pushing up, it's slowly getting whittled down a couple of units at a time, and the damage being done by Demon at the moment is without doubt critical. He brought a couple of extra tanks over just to get them in there ASAP, and there we go, GG. Game number 1 goes to Demon.